Thank you for tuning in to the Tony the Prophet channel for week 7. Season's going right along, but here's the best 5 picks on a shortened week with 6 teams on bye. First game, this is the lead pipe stone cold lock of the year. Green Bay -8, -7.5, 8.5. The line's been all over. As long as it's under 10, it doesn't matter. Washington 1-5 against the spread. Green Bay 5-0 against the spread at last 5. Green Bay 16-2 straight up at home. Washington 32nd against the pass, 310 yards a game, 19th versus the rush. Rodgers goes off for 4 or 5 touchdowns. Green Bay is a big favorite, 11-0, 8-2-1 against the spread. The last 11. Lock of the week, I have this Green Bay 34-17. Wouldn't be surprised if they scored more. Next game, Carolina -2.5 or 3 versus the Giants. Giants are a mess at home, 9-27 since the start of 2017, worse than the NFL. Carolina the only way to beat them is through the air, but Carolina with Barkley out, they're not going to be able to run. So Carolina gives up 196 yards a game passing, which is doom and gloom for Danny turnover, and they gave up 337 yards last week to Minnesota in overtime, so that average was even lower after last week. Okay, you got Barkley out, Golladay out, Shepard out, Andrew Thomas and IR. Who are they gonna put up against Carolina? So Tony is out. Okay, he's their best playmaker. Carolina runs the ball. They want to get back to the run. Giants are very poor against the run. At 29th, they give up 137 yards a game. A very easy game for Carolina, 24-16. I wouldn't be surprised if it was even more lopsided. Next game, San Francisco -4 against Indy. I'm taking Indy. Indy's 4-2 against the spread. San Francisco's 1-4 against the spread this year. 0-2 at home. 0-6 straight up their last 6 games at home. They do not play well at home. Indy 6-1 last 7 games against the NFC. Jimmy G's back, but it's not going to make a difference. It's going to be like a monsoon out there for weather, which is always good for the underdog. What's his name? Thomas. It escapes my name. I'm sorry. The big running back for Indy, but Taylor. I'm sorry. I think Jonathan Taylor. But anyways, having a senior moment here. Sorry about that. But San Francisco 24-23 is what I put down. I wouldn't be surprised if Indy wins. Play the money line for Indy. KC -4.5 for the Tennessee. KC has not been playing well. I know they won last week. They're 3-13-1 against the spread last 17. 1-9 against the spread last 10 versus the AFC. People are worried that the 2 corners are out for Tennessee and that Mahomes is going to have a big day. They handle Buffalo pretty well, okay? And then Buffalo can throw the ball. And with A.J. Brown back, Tennessee offense is a different maker. And then Kansas City gives up a lot of yards to the rush. Well, guess what? They got the best running back in Derrick Henry. If he doesn't go for 150, there's something wrong. So KC will pull this out late. I love the over in this. Points are plenty. Fantasy bonanza. And KC 34-31. You get the cover. And it wouldn't be surprising if they lose. But anyways, last game with 6 teams on bye is hard to pick. I'm taking Chicago plus 11.5, 12. I've seen it as high as 13. But I'll take the points. Tampa Bay's 2-4 against the spread. Brown is out. Gronk is out. Chicago D versus the pass is pretty good. Tampa Bay is 27th versus the pass. Fields has to get something going. The only covers for Tampa are against Atlanta and Miami, which are 2 bad teams. So it's a lot of points. Tampa's obviously going to win. They had problem last year. That was the game where Brady was calling it 4th down. He thought he had an extra down, and they had to turn the ball over. Chicago plays them well historically. You win just by the cover, 27-17. But this, as long as you get double-digit points, I think that they're in good shape. So there's the picks. Sorry for the mind fog on Jonathan Taylor. Uh, but anyways, uh, tune in to follow me today for some great commentary at Tony the Prophet on Twitter, and always read my article on the Giants at mygunderground.com. I have a feature with the preview and prediction for today's game, but commentary on the Giants' decade of malaise, which it has been. So they have the worst record in the NFL for the last since 2017. So, anyways, enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next week.